Yeah, what up? Let's get on, my people. What's going on with my head? Okay, this is the good way. Hey, Swahili Nation fam, where are you at? Where you are today? Hey, what's up? Where you guys watching from right now? It's freaking hot where I am right now. I've been saying that almost every single day. It's the third day today, day number 3 of live stream. Where are y'all at? Are you guys sleeping already? This is odd. Day 3. Hey, what's up? If you're joining right now, let me know where you're watching from. Hello, Milestone. Where are you watching from, man? Coming back with another live stream today. Where are you watching from? Man, it's hot. Wait. It's too hot. Hey, what's up? Where are you guys watching from today? And how are you? Let me know in the comment section. And soon I'll be sharing the link down in the comment section for anyone who wants to join this live stream today. Mogadishu. Wow, Somalia. Man, I'm coming to Mogadishu very soon. You see, I have Hello Pro, the king is back. What's up, man? You watching from Somalia as well? Because I realized this one thing. Somali people, a lot of Somali people, they love using Pro. Hello Pro. What does it mean? Is it the normal Pro I know, or there's another meaning behind that? Guys, if you're joining right now, let me know where you're watching from. And I'm about to drop the link in the comment section to invite somebody to join here today. But the topic for today is, what is your one wish for Africa? What is that one wish for Africa? Zanzibar, Tanzania. Man, Tanzania in the house. Mambo VP. Man, I've been to Zanzibar like twice. It's so beautiful. Even my relatives are living there. From Zanzibar, Tanzania. How is the weather? I know it's cold right now in Africa, right? Not here where I am, man. It's too hot. You see, I need to use this thing right here. So yeah, the topic for today is, what is your one wish for Africa? I hope you guys saw the title, and maybe you have one wish for you. My wish for me for Africa, as I've always been talking and talking and talking, is love, peace, and unity. If I would choose one, then I'll choose unity. But within unity, you must have love and peace, right? Because you cannot be one with someone that you don't love, you know what I'm saying? And you cannot have peace with someone that you cannot be one with someone that you don't have peace with. So if I choose one, I would choose unity, because within unity there's love and peace. You know what I'm saying? So what is for you? All right. I'm gonna share the link right now here in the post comments. Share with you right now. This is the link. One thing before you come live, as you're coming live to this, first thing, because I already shared the topic for today, make sure you have your answer for that. What is your one wish for Africa? And because sometimes a lot of people might want to come in, so we're not going to spend a lot of time talking. We're just going to give a space to other people as well to come. Yeah, and also if you can, it would be good if I will see your face. I think it'll be good. But if you cannot really show your face, then I cannot force that. I can understand that. Yeah, because some other people, they just don't want to be, on social media being seen. So understand that. All right, I dropped the link down in the comment section. If you click that link, it will lead you direct to the live stream right now, right here. How can you develop in Africa? I say tonight, how can you develop in Africa? Um, well, that's a good question. And I really appreciate you guys as you're joining. Let me know where you're watching from. And also, if you have any question, you can drop in the comment section. If you want to participate in the live stream, you can go through this link right here and share your thoughts and your idea. One wish for Africa. I said one wish for Africa. But also, if you don't want to come to the live stream, but you just want to drop question, you can drop question in the comment section, and I'm pretty sure people will reply, will answer. All right, so the king is back. So I say tonight, how can you develop in Africa? How can you develop in Africa? Man, you can develop anywhere, by the way. If you have, let's say, if you have mindset that you think that, okay, if I stay in Africa, I'm not going to be able to develop, then first thing you need to change that mindset, because there are more opportunities in Africa than any other place. I'll be honest with you all. There's more opportunities in Africa than any other place. I'm saying this because there's so many job opportunities, not just being employed, but to start something. Because when you come to a country like where I'm living right now, there's so many business. So when you start business today, it's really hard to actually break through the market. I mean, the business market. But in Africa, there's so many opportunities to start job, to start something for yourself, and actually to break to break the business market. There's so many people right now, they're actually becoming aware of so many opportunities in Africa. Therefore, they're going back to Africa. And I'm telling you, if you want to start something, if you want to start business, if you want to start anything, you don't really need if you never went to school, then you don't really need to worry about that. Because I know this one person in Somalia who I did reaction before right here. He started business and he didn't even go to school, but he saw opportunities and he started to learn online, and finally he started business and he's a millionaire. I did that reaction here in Swahili Nation. So there are more opportunities in Africa than any other place. Let me just say that, because when you're in Africa, sometimes you want to go abroad, right? But to be honest, you will come here and then you want to go back in Africa. That's what happens to most of us, like me as well. All right. Are you guys scared to come on this live? Okay, one day I wish to see unity. All right, Milestone. His wish is unity in Africa. Why African are not together as European? Why African are not together as European? Can you elaborate a little bit more about that? What specifically are you talking about? Because I've been to Europe before, and I'll be going to Europe very soon. Um, Trust me, this unity thing is not just Africa problem. It's it's universe problem. It's universal problem. All right, like it's a big issue. And even when you go to Europe, I mean, there are still divisions here and there. There's still divisions here and there. You can find that. I mean, I've been there and I have a lot of friends from Europe. You can see how sometimes they talk about each other. So, but I want to know, like, what exactly do you mean? But to answer your question in the other way is that, yes, it's true. I think Africa, we are very divided because of different kind of reasons, because of tribes that we have, because of languages that we have, because of boundaries that we have, I mean borders that we have between one country and another country. um, there's so many things, and all of this thing, they were actually, it's a system that it was made a long time ago during the colonialism, because they came to our country and they divided, that, okay, I will take this part, they draw the line, I'll take this part, you will take this part, you will take that part, and because of that they actually separated us from one another. The same thing happened to other countries outside, for example, here in South Korea, North Korea. The same thing, it happens in the past in Vietnam. The same thing, it happened in so many areas, to be honest. Okay, there's someone here is in already. I'm gonna welcome Dr. Abeneze. Hello.
Yes, yes,
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Where are you calling from right now?
I'm calling from Ethiopia.
Ethiopia, man. Shout out to Ethiopia, man. So much love for you guys.
Thank you, man. I'm a big
Uh,
fan. I talked to you yesterday with my brother's account.
all right. Yes, man.
Yeah,
Yes, I think that was the best conversation we had yesterday.
yeah. I let a lot of things out, and I'm really happy because.
Exactly. Yeah,
And thank you very much.
man. I really appreciate. It was. I think it was very insightful, and I think a lot of people they were actually really happy to hear everything that you said.
I'm sorry I couldn't go. I mean, with the video on because there's no electricity. Uh,
No worries.
the,
Yeah.
yeah, so you can't see me even if I open the video, so that's why I just made it an avatar.
Yeah, no worries. It's understandable. So
All
for
right.
today, I know yesterday you shared a lot of stuff, and maybe probably today we have different people as well. Uh, so if you could share today as well a little bit about your one wish for Africa.
Ah, it's one thing. Africa
Mm,
United.
Africa Unite.
Yeah, Africa United together and then exploring the entire potential
Yeah.
um, of Africa together. I was
Mm.
actually writing a call to Africa, a letter that I was preparing for you to read it out loud for your viewers.
Oh,
When I'm done, I'll try to send it to you.
yeah.
Um,
Please do that. Yeah.
because I think the only thing that we need right now is unity and understanding. You know,
Yes.
a house divided among itself
Yeah.
cannot stand.
Mm.
So
Exactly.
we need to stand together and we need to work together
Mm.
to grow as a united nation. I mean,
Mm.
many countries did it, and why is it not possible to unite Africa? I mean,
Yeah.
Europe is not one nation. You know,
Mm.
many times in Africa and especially in Ethiopia,
Yeah.
when you talk about unity,
Mm.
people think that you're talking about being similar. Unity is
Yep.
not about similarity.
Exactly.
You see, unity is about coming together for a
Mm.
common goal and a common good. But
Yeah.
similarity is, I mean, a brother or sister cannot be even similar unless you are a twin.
Exactly.
So
Mm. Mm.
being united doesn't mean that you have to leave your culture behind you. Being
Yeah.
united doesn't mean you have to leave your ethnicity or your color behind you. It's
Mm-hmm.
coming for a same goal, a same
Mm.
purpose, and for a same situation together.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
togetherness. So within that, Africa
Mm.
can find, I think, its worth in the world.
I actually faced the same issue before because I believe it was like 1 month ago I shared something on the community tab, and I think the question it was, can I was talking about religion. Can Muslim and Christians like come together, like be united? And some people they actually misunderstood me, and they thought I was talking about all Christians to be Muslim, all Muslims to be Christian. So the way you pointed out that way, I mean about this, the difference between unity and similarity. I mean, similarity is very, it's something that it's very different. I don't have to assimilate to everything that you do, because if I do that, then we don't really have diversity. But I need
Exactly.
to I need that understanding. And one thing that is coming to my mind right now, um, how, because unity is a big thing, right? But how do you think how can we can start from a personal level to the country level, right? How can
Yeah.
you unite, like how can we unite two people who they actually don't want to be united? The question is, do you think even Africans or Africa we want to be united? Do you think people, really local people, they want to be united?
Um, that's a good question, actually.
Mm,
Like I said, even not let alone uniting Africa.
mm,
even countries are divided among themselves, like regionally in
yes.
districts and province, everything is divided. I
Mm,
remember, I think Dr. Mensa Otabil,
mm,
a Ghanaian preacher,
mm,
once was preaching, and actually it was a really good lesson. So I learned a lot from that lesson. And
mm,
you know, because people from a village he said, people from a village come with a village mentality to the
mm,
cities and turn the city into a village.
mm,
So, like, a village is a small, a small populated, and
yeah.
common grounds everywhere. So, like,
Mm,
you know, like I said, it's not about being similar. We're
yeah.
different color, we're different hairstyles, we have different cultural
Mm,
virtues. We have a lot of differences. If
mm,
most of the time I have always an argument about religion or something, like you
yeah.
said, Muslim or Christian. In
Yeah.
Ethiopian context, you have the Orthodox and you have
Yeah.
the Protestant, you have the Catholic, you have
Mm-hmm.
lots of things in our country. So, like,
Mm,
when you talk to people, can we stand on a same page
mm,
without pointing out our differences? Like,
mm,
they will tell you, like, but we're different, like they point out the differences, but there
mm,
is a lot of thing in common. Like, for example, if you're Catholic and if I'm a Protestant, or
yeah.
let's say if I'm a Jehovah Witness, you know there's one thing that makes us similar. We're using the same Bible. It's just uh, you know a different perception, a
Mm,
different
mm,
understanding of the Bible.
mm,
So, yeah, like, most of the things are we're allowed, during the colonial period,
mm,
post-colonial, and pre-colonial periods have
yeah.
exposed us to.
Mm,
We're not colonized, but we're still affected by
mm,
colonial and post-colonial effects of Africa. Affects every
mm,
African. So, like,
mm,
we are affected by those ideologies
yeah.
that like, for example, during the apartheid regime in
Exactly. South
South
Africa.
Africa,
Yeah.
the South Africans were given some privileges to
Mm,
betray their own. So
yeah.
now that mentality, that
Mm,
dependency mentality,
mm,
developed in us. So, like, now we talk about only our differences. Hey, your
yeah.
dress is different.
Huh?
The way you
Mm,
dress up is different. The way you talk is
yeah.
different. The way you see the world is different. So we can't
Mm,
be together. We can't be friends.
yeah.
This is all like lined up. But what we have
Yeah.
to understand is we don't have to think the same way
Mm.
to be united
To be
together.
united.
Like,
Exactly.
yeah,
Ah.
unity is about something different, something bigger.
Yeah.
The United States of America didn't just appear from the blue, like
Mm,
out of the sky. It didn't appear. There
mm,
were Belgians, there were Norwegians, there were British, there were Australians, there were lots of people in the
mm,
United States, but
mm,
54 or 53 states are united together for
yeah.
one country, United
Mm,
States of America. The states
mm,
are united. they
yes.
they do have different, different perspectives. If you
Mm,
go to United States, you have different states with different
mhm,
opinions, or
mm,
different even parties, like
yeah.
Democrats or Republicans, like separate. But
Mm,
when you come to Africa, we're made to think and to focus. I have a good friend of mine who was a teacher once said,
yeah.
people in Ethiopia always major on the minor,
Mm,
like majoring on the minor. Let's say chemistry is your major and
yeah.
biology is your minor, like by
Uh,
default. If
uh,
you major on the minor on biology, and if you
mm,
fail on chemistry, you have failed
mm,
on the major stuff. So now we measure on the minor stuff. That's our
mm,
differences. And then
mm,
we focus on the minor stuff and forget the major stuff.
yeah.
Unity, together, standing together,
Mm,
being
mm,
together, understanding one another, and living in tolerance with a
mm,
diversified cultural values. I
yeah.
love African culture in general.
Mm,
So it's
mm,
going to be tough, but it's not inachievable. Like,
yeah.
people achieved going to the moon, so it's not that kind of science. So
Definitely. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate for your insight. It is it is very, I know it's gonna take a while, but I think it's very necessary for us um to believe that this is not something that is just coming from somewhere, but it's something that we can actually achieve. And as yesterday I've been sharing, or been sharing all the time, that we can start from very like small level. You don't need to go like to think this much. You need to start from wherever you are right now. Like wherever you are, wherever I am, I need to start there right now, because by showing, because when we're talking about unity, then we have to show people what would unity do to the continent. Like if, let's say in your case, you're in Ethiopia right now. If Ethiopia is united, what would that do to the nation? You know what I'm saying? Like all the money that may be spent on war, or all the money that is spent in different kind of crises that we are going through in African countries, that money will be spent in a development projects, right?
Mm-hmm.
People,
True.
all lives that have been lost, all those lives, I mean, those people will be alive. So family will be happy again. People, they're not
So
gonna need
true.
to hide or to run to go somewhere to escape from their home, but they will live in harmony and peace. That's how much unity will do to the continent, and to the continent of Africa. So if people they understand this, that actually we are losing a lot when we are divided than when we are one. I think this will give people perspective, and will give them a little bit of desire that, oh, this is something to pursue. This is something to actually work on, because it's not gonna be easy to be one. I'll give example. I'm in South Korea right now, and you know South Korea and North Korea, they were divided a long time ago, and they have been in a talk for a long time, like for more than 50 years. There've been tension between these two different parts, all the time threat of wars, but they have been talking about unity. But then when I talk with young folks here in South Korea, their concern is that, okay, if we're united, you know what, we're gonna need to support a lot. I mean, because South Korea is very like highly developed technologically, but when you go to the north is just, it's just like most of African countries, right? It doesn't really have like technology like just like South. But then one thing about North, they have a lot of minerals, like a lot of minerals. They have a lot of things that South Korea they don't have. So if these two different countries, actually they're one, because they speak the same language, they even eat pretty much the same food. If they become one, they can actually, they can literally take over the world, because all the resources South Korea that are importing from different countries, they're not going to need to import from anywhere else, but from the north side. But a lot of young folks, they're scared that, you know what, we're going to lose our job. Our economy is going to a little bit shrink, because we're going to need to divide everything and this and that. But when you listen to all these reasons, you can understand, like as a human perspective, that I can understand. But then on the other side, you just realize that, oh, the focus is something else. It's not really about living with harmony and peace, but it's about, this is mine, and therefore because this is mine, I don't want to share with anybody else. I don't want to share with you, because it's you and this is mine. But if we take away all this negativity and all this thinking, I think it will help us to achieve more than what we are losing right now, because of division that we have going on in our countries. Hello. Hello, Dr. Abeneze, are you still there? All right, guys. I shared the link down right here in the comment section. If you want to join as well in the live, in this live stream, just go through the link I shared in the comment section, and I'll put you on right here, and you can share your opinion. What is your one wish for Africa? Let me read this one comment that Sadeke, it's good to see you. Sadeke is one of the royal Swahili nation family. Man, I would appreciate, Sadeke, I would appreciate if you come on the live stream right now. He said we need to have a sensible shared vision of values and development. Definitely, definitely. I would love for you to come here on the live stream and share a little bit of this opinion that you wrote down here. Okay. Kuru Et said Africa Union has been here for a while, so the notation is not something new. So what is hinders us? Unity has been preached. So why are we not united? That's a good question. Oh, we have one here. My another Royal Swahili Nation family. Caleb.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. What's up, brother? How are you today?
I'm good too. I'm good, Mika.
Yes. It's good to see you here today again. You have been here the day before yesterday, and today. Appreciate that.
Yeah, the network is stable today, so I'm here to talk something about like I want to say something to Swahili nation and for all Africans.
All right.
I'm here. First of all, thank you for giving me this chance, Mika. I'm very happy to have you.
All right.
And I'm just gonna say something about my country, Ethiopia, because we are facing lots of pressures, external pressures and other stuff.
Mm,
So we need help from all Africans at this time, I
mm,
think.
mm.
I like we are as you know, like we are moving to our front, and lots of Ethiopians at this time are going to the war
Okay.
fronts, and minimum like 1 million Ethiopians are gonna go to the war front in the next time. So like we are
Oh.
facing a big war in front of
Yeah.
us,
Yeah.
and this war is like important is no, and not important. Like it has, as you know, war has two faces. Like it
Mm,
may be important for all, like for our unity and other stuff to maintain
mm.
our strength. It may be useful, but when you
Yeah.
see in the other side, in the in Tigray, lots of people
Mm,
are dying and other stuff,
mm,
and like we are attacking our own brothers at this time, but because of
mm,
it, the terrorist group,
mm,
like we need your help. Like every other countries, the Western countries are trying to make pressure on us,
mm.
and like we need other African countries to support us, and also like another like small peoples that can't be in the position to help us must pray for us, for our unity, for
Yeah.
our other stuffs, like to be united, to be strong.
Mm,
Pray for Ethiopia. Like I wanna say this for all
yeah.
Swahili nation family. Just pray
Mm,
for Ethiopia. Pray
yeah.
for, like we should, every country, we all are brothers in Africa. Everyone.
Mm,
Our
mm.
Tanzania problem is our problem. Kenyan problem is our problem. Any other country's problem is
That's true.
also our problem.
That's true. Yes. Mm,
So everyone should pray for conflicts at this time, ethnic
yeah.
conflicts, and also at the same time we are being attacked
Yes.
by our neighbors. Like I don't feel comfort, like Sudan is trying to attack us, and Egypt has a
Yeah.
damn issue with us too.
Yeah.
Like the
Mm,
only country, like the neutral countries are, like the helping countries are just Eritrea, Djibouti, and Kenya.
mm,
Somalia and Sudan are trying to attack us at this time. Like Somalia, just it's not the government, just Al Shabaab is there, as you know,
mm,
and
mm.
also Sudan is trying to have a board. We have border conflict between Sudan too. Like so, we are
Yeah.
facing lots of. So I wanna tell the international community,
Mm,
don't try to make a pressure on us. Just
mm.
pray for us. Like pray for us. The thing will be solved as soon as possible if God can.
Yeah.
Like if you pray for
Yeah.
us, God will solve everything. I believe on
Yeah.
God.
Exactly.
So
Caleb,
I
I
just
really
want.
appreciate for sharing your thought, because I believe everyone has a voice, and I really appreciate for how you shared your thought and with respect. I think that is very important. And you said something that I've been saying for a long time, that if your neighbor is not at peace, you are not at peace. That's kind of mindset we need to have. That's how we need to think about each other. And um, Ethiopia, they're going through this situation right now. Um, but I believe that any other country, if it's going through something, like I spoke yesterday, even Tunisia, they're going through some sort of, something going on right now. And South Africa as well, I've been sharing about that. I believe the same way that we are taking this serious about Ethiopia, the same way we take serious about another country, they are in Africa. And so I join with you, Caleb, to ask Swahili Nation community, you guys with your religion, to your God, it's something that we can do. You know, first thing we are talking like this, sharing our opinion and having conversation, difficult conversation. The second thing is we can actually do something, and something is to actually pray, because even myself, I believe in the power of prayer. So I appreciate Caleb for sharing your thoughts, and I know Africa is watching, Africa is listening, and Swahili Nation family, we're here for that. You know, love, peace, and unity. Caleb disappear as well. All right, guys. The link that I shared there, I don't know if you guys can see that. God bless Africa. Yes, amen to that. I will share with you guys the link here as well. Uh, if you wanna come in and share your opinion and share your thought, and as well, the topic for today is, what is one wish for Africa? What is that one wish that you have for Africa? You know, what is that thing in your mind, you know, for Africa? I think everybody should have a wish for this beautiful continent of Africa. I think everybody should have something. All right, Sadeke just left a comment here. Caleb said a good point. It is important for the international community not to put pressure on African governments by taking sides on propaganda and propagate one side of the story without understanding the context. Yeah, this is very, 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 very important, because you know, at this point, whatever that comment you're gonna say, you're gonna offend somebody. Whatever side you will take, you will offend somebody. If you stand for this, you'll offend somebody. If you stand for this country, you will offend somebody, because people from this country will be like, "What about us? We will go, what about us? Why do you focus on that and that?" But that's why we need unity, because if we have unity, then we are no longer going to think about, oh, you know, I did this podcast before. You guys can check it out, podcast on iTunes, Spotify, and now I'm putting it in audio mark as well. It's available in SoundCloud as well. I said, what was the title for that? Just a second, I need to find it here. Just a second. That podcast, I share that podcast, and just a second. That podcast, I share that. I say something. I can't find it, but I believe I posted something about um, the Ethiopian peace should be Africa's priority. Exactly. Ethiopia's peace should be Africa's priority. I think that's how I put it. And why? Because if we are united and if we think as one, then we know that my brother is in trouble. Like, it doesn't matter where my brother is living or is coming from. They're in trouble. My brothers and sisters, they are in trouble. They're going through something deep. Some people are dying every single day. Then even when I stand and I'll be like, guys, let's pray for Ethiopia, someone from Somalia, someone from Tanzania, someone from Kenya is not gonna feel like, oh, why are you saying pray for Ethiopia? Why are we not praying for Tanzania? Why are we not praying for this? I'm gonna think like, okay, this is my brothers and sisters, my African brothers and sisters, and this is urgent. This is something that is urgent. It's something that is going on right now. It's something that is taking people's life right now. Then we need to open our eyes and be like, you know what, my brothers and sisters are dying, and we gotta stand together. Like, we need to forget about, honestly, we need to put aside everything about nationalism. All right, it's very important to be patriots for your country, just like me. That's why I have your Swahili Nation, Swahili to the world, right? It's very important to do that, but at the same time, to put Africa first, because we are African and we are one. And we need to understand that. We need to understand, no matter where you are, no matter you're living in Africa or not, living outside, we need peace, man. I think Africa It's going to be really hard to develop if we are not united. It's going to be almost impossible to develop if we are not united. We have all the resources we need. We have all the richness we need. We have everything in Africa, but the only problem we have, it's peace. It's unity. And because of that, we spend a lot of money and we are getting a lot of loans from outside to support us in our own war. Like outside, people from Western countries, they're actually supporting our countries to fight one another. To fight one another. How can you let somebody from outside come and support your country fight with your brother, with your sister, with your blood? It doesn't make sense. That's why if Africa, we are not united, guys, okay, it's when Africa is divided, it's an opportunity to the Westerners and Easterners to actually come and take over. And even the Bible says the house that is divided can never stand. The city that is divided can never stand. The countries that is divided can never stand. Because if you have a divided country, then there are people definitely benefited from that. And they love seeing that happening because you are never going to make progress. Every single day you'll be at war. Every single day you'll be fighting. And there's nothing that will happen. Nothing that will happen. Nothing good will come out from that. So we really need to change our softwares. We really need to open our mind and not just think about my country, not just think about my people, my tribe, my language, but thinking about Africa at large. And when you think about that, it doesn't matter where you're coming from. You have to know that it doesn't matter where you're coming from. Like if, I don't know how to say this, but yes, you are from this country, you're from that country, but I'm not happy that a lot of countries in Africa are going through shitty things right now. I'm sorry for saying that, but I'm not happy that things are going the way that is this. All right. Let me read a little bit more comments here. We have, I hope that as African youth to stand together and faith for our continent. Yes, stand together and faith for our continent. Yes. Mr. Sadeke, can we stop them? I don't think we can stop the pressure. We need to weather through it. Don't you think? And then let's read another one here. Africans, if they have time to self-reflect, have solutions within them, they are rich with cultural ways of resolving conflicts. Ethiopians are devout religious people. 98% are religious. All right. Somalia was the best country in East Africa before the Civil War, 1991. Yes, I agree without mingling. Okay, yes, I really love all this conversation that going on down here in the comment section. This is amazing. This is how we can actually communicate with one another. Because the only thing that we need, I think, is dialogues, is conversation, is things like this, is forums. Oh, I think I should call this forum, Swahili Nation Forum, where, we just come here and share opinions, share our thoughts, and just, listening to one another. It's very important. I love the fact that people from different countries are talking to one another and actually share different opinions. Because the only thing that we don't do is we don't talk. And okay, this is one of the problems that most of Africans we do have. We want somebody to think for ourselves. We want somebody to think for Africa. Even we have this problem even in our leaders' mindset that we want other countries like America to think for Africa. We have to think for ourselves. We cannot be too lazy to think about our own issue, to think about our own problem, wanting to resolve our own issue, wanting to resolve our own problem. We cannot just go to Russia or go to the US or go to the UK to find somebody to come to support us in our matters. We cannot do that. Yes, everybody needs support, but it's a time Africans to support each other. It's like if you're going through some hunger issue and you don't have food in your country. We have a lot of African countries that are they have excess amount of food. Why don't you help your neighbor? And you're both Africans. We need to reach the point where we start thinking for ourselves. And you cannot wait for somebody else to think for you. We cannot wait that. We cannot wait for that. You cannot wait for the leader of the country to think for you. No, we have to think for ourselves, because when you think about it, that's when you will start something. It's like you see that something is missing. You see that there's one puzzle that is not right there. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start something. If it's a business, if it's organization, if it's a forum, if it's a conversation like what we are having right now, we can do it. Come on, we can do it. Africa is actually is the only continent that has the high ratio population of young people in the world. Africa is the youngest continent. Africa. Do you know what does that mean? It means that we have a huge potential. It means that we can do anything. It means that we can be successful. It means that we have manpower. It means that we have brain, because young people, they think. Young people, their brain is fresh. They're ready to see change. They're ready to make change. Those are young people, man, and you can find that in Africa. But what are we doing with that? It's a time to actually do something. I know we can blame, we can complain about the government, about leaders. Yes, they make decisions, and they make sometimes stupid decisions that cost our countries and our continent. But it's a time to do something. It's a time to do something. Arawelo he says, it starts with youth. Old generation didn't tough us, told us nothing. I believe that's what you meant. We need to get rid borders and open gates so Africans can search jobs next countries. I talked about this a little bit yesterday, that I know there's a lot of concerns about borders, that if we're gonna open all the borders and allow people to move freely here and there, there's definitely a lot of positive side, but also there are also negative side. There are concern of every country, like concern about crime ratios, increase, concern about economy issues increase, concern about that's job. And something just happened recently in South Africa. You remember, like people, they were just killing each other. I mean, South Africans are killing a lot of other people from African countries. For example, Nigeria. It happened a couple months ago. Because they say they're coming here to take our jobs. And that's another thing, man, that you can, when you think about it, there's a lot of South African in all other countries, you know what I'm saying? Like people, they always move to go to that country, to that country. We cannot think this way. If I come to your country and I get a job, it's not like I'm coming there to take your job. It's because I earn it. I earn it getting that job. Maybe I have skills, and I have knowledge that is needed for that particular job, and I come to do it. Why don't you come to my country and do the same thing? You cannot kill your brother because you say you're coming to take job or everything. And I believe, even though the system is very corrupted, I still believe that there's a way to come up with a better solution. And one of the ways is that, man, I wish you don't have visas in African countries. Me, if I want to go to Ethiopia, I wish I don't have to get visa. I wish I don't have to go to apply for visa. I just come there. I come to Ethiopia, of course, not illegally, but I come with my papers and everything, and things are fine. But if we need visa to move around African countries, then how are we going to be united? It's going to be hard to happen. Adam, hello, bro, from Swahili. Thanks for your live explanation about unity. That is why Ethiopian leader from past to present make UN and AU. Right? Ethiopia will rise with Africa. We need to teach our children about the value of peace, reconciliation, and avoid passing down grudges. That's very, very important. That's very, very, very important. I wish, like, okay, let me share this. This is a very personal story to me. Why I'm saying this is very important. A lot of countries are struggling with racism right now, and it's simply because of this, what you're talking about, Sadeke. If I have kids and I teach them that, if you see someone who looks different from you, please run away. You cannot associate yourself with that person. if I teach my kids to run away from a black man, if I teach my kids not to welcome wazungu or white people, whatever, what's going to happen is whatever that I have, whatever hatred that I have toward this particular race or toward this particular country is going to go to to the coming generation and coming generation and coming generation. So where I am, you find a lot of people struggling with racism even without knowing, because they were taught that way. They were taught that way, that if you see someone who don't look like you, please run away. So the moment they just see you, oh, they're like, okay, I'm really scared. And that's also is the effect of Hollywood, because a lot of movies in Hollywood, they portray really bad image about black people and black community in America right now. They're trying so hard to change those narratives by releasing really good movies. For example, Kevin Hart, he just released a good movie of fatherhood recently. And I was watching his interview and he was saying that the reason why I'm doing this is because for a long time, black people have been given like crappy characters. And so the world has been thinking about this negative image about black people. Always they're scary, always they're drug dealer, always they're aggressive, always they're killers. And now we want to change that image. And I think for you as a dad, as a mom, as a brother, as a sister, what you can do is teach your kids, man, how to treat other people with love and respect. Caleb is back. Caleb.
Yeah.
Yeah, you disappeared all of a sudden.
Yeah, there is a network problem as usual, but I'm back.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to hear this. Like, I think
Mm.
you get my opinion now. Like, the border stuff. Like, I was talking to my Kenyan brother. I have a friend of who is Kenyan, and he was telling me that open borders. And sometimes when I think about border, like, if
Yeah.
we open the border with Somalia, imagine what Ethiopia is gonna be.
Mm. Mm.
So like this thing has also negatives. Like we should consider the negatives and positives at the same time. But like if
Mm.
we don't, in my opinion, like, our government is also working on that. But like in my opinion, like even like the visa, like the better way to use the visa, like as you say,
Mm.
is not like you may not make the visa free, but sometimes visa of arrival is better, I think.
Mm. At the airport, yes. There's a lot of
Yeah,
African countries doing that. Yeah.
yeah. When you see the map of Ethiopia, like almost all countries except three or four has a
Mm.
visa of arrival to Ethiopia.
Uh,
Almost all. The visa
mm.
free countries are just Kenya and Djibouti, but like
Yeah.
all countries has
Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Because
visa.
it's very important to have orders as well, like to have order and to have system that it will actually, because I'm not assuming that everybody think the way I think, or everybody is gonna be like just kind and everything. I mean, we're always gonna have people who want to destroy what we are trying to build. So it's good to have a system and rules. It's good to have that. But I know I have hope for Africa, man. That I know things can get better from where we are to something, and we don't have to change at once. But I think what African Union also is trying to do is to implement different ideas one after another one. And I hope that it's not going to take, it's not going to be too slow. You know what I'm saying? We can start implementing things like this slowly, teaching our kids, teaching our students, in classes, like having, I hope even like African Union, they can think about one subject to add in all schools, that will be just talking about unity, unity in Africa. Like train our kids when they're starting from elementary school, high school, middle school, like to create a system that everybody who is going to school will be able to learn and to understand that, oh, so this is Africa and we are one, and this is how I should treat my other African brothers or another country. In that case, that means next generation will be able to leave those legacy and actually change. You know what I'm saying? Like this generation might pass and we might still have the same issues, but then the next generation will be there with different issues, and it will be in a place where we always want to be.
Yeah, you are correct, Mika. You are really
Mm,
correct. Also, in my opinion, to add
mm,
something on your thing, like first of
mm,
all, we all Africans should know that we are
mm,
just for or like any other country will never help us. Like Western countries, we shouldn't expect more than like your best friend should be African country. Like when you see like if Ethiopia is integrated with all its neighbor and have a good
mm,
relation, they will stand together with her. So
mm,
when there is a problem, Ethiopia has lots of voices to stand together. So how can
yeah.
they defend us? So like
Mm,
we should be integrated. We shouldn't be enemy for each other. Like first of all, countries and countries, we are brothers. Like when you
mm,
see, like when I feel like the Sudan and Ethiopia border issue, like it's weird. Like at this time, we
mm,
have issues in our country. Both Sudan
mm,
has issues in our country. Ethiopia has issues in our country. So
mm,
did we should deal about the border? Is it time for
mm,
that? Like, it's not time. Like we should first solve our issues. Our internal issues are enough for us. We should
mm,
stand together. We should like forget the border. Like the border is just border, but we are losing our people in that position. Like when you take a border conflict, you are losing lots of Ethiopian farmers, lots of
yeah.
Sudanese farmers. So like these issues should be solved. All
Mm,
Africans should stand together for other African nations that are
mm,
affected, that has
mm,
internal issues.
mm,
And also, in my opinion, like
mm,
knowing history, pre-colonial history is very very necessary for all Africans. Like
mm, mm,
we may learn lots of positive things from the ancient culture. Like
yeah.
when you see the Tanzanian culture, like when you should Ethiopians should learn a special thing.
Yeah.
Like we
Mm,
should make an African culture by mixing lots of positive things from different cultures.
mm-hmm.
When you think about African culture, most of people come like the things that comes in your mind is like backward culture. It's not like
Yeah.
that. We should use the positive things. We should preserve our culture. Like even
Yeah.
when you develop the technology, like even when you see the buildings that is constructed in our country, they are like
Mm,
when like I'm going to be an architect in that like I'm like construct like I'm working on construction stuff. So like
mm,
in that stuff, like when you see the image of your country, that doesn't
yeah.
represent your country. Like there are
Exactly.
like there are rectangle buildings there and there. It that represent your culture. Like
Mm,
you can make beautiful things from that is derived from your culture. your
mm,
your resorts, your other stuff should be influenced by African culture. We should
yeah.
preserve that culture. We should show that culture.
Mm,
Our history is important. Like we shouldn't think that all thing in the past is backward. Like we have lots of positive things.
mm,
So like without the past, there is no future. Like in my
mm,
opinion, be,
mm.
like without the past there is no future. The
That's
past
true.
thing that we what we were doing
Mm,
wasn't all bad. Like there are positive things that we should learn from each other. So
mm,
in my opinion, we should work on history. And also our issues are enough. Like border issue enough. This enough. We all have our own internal issues. We should stand
yeah.
together. No Western country is going to stand for us.
Yeah.
They're just going to influence us. Even I believe that if they get the second chance to colonize us, they will come. So like we should be strong,
Yeah.
and we should be strong and keep going forward.
Mm,
Like we
mm.
shouldn't give chance for any country. We should be strong and we should show Africa can.
Yeah. I really appreciate for your insights, Caleb. I really appreciate.
I'm very happy to have you, Mika.
Yeah.
Uh, I was like today I was talking to my Kenyan friend a lot of time, and we was talking about these African issues, and like
Mm,
I was feeling bad when you have like issues, like you need support from one
yeah.
country, and if the other countries doesn't support you, you feel bad. Like when you see our issues, like Sudan is against us. Why we are brothers. Like we even there are lots of peoples that live in Sudan is in Ethiopia. We are integrated people. How can we
Yeah.
attack each other? This is
Yeah.
enough.
Definitely. Definitely. All right, man. I will let you go now, and
Okay. Bye,
I really
Mika. Have a
appreciate it.
good time.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. What Caleb say, it's very important. Like It's really important. And I want you guys to understand one thing, that I'm not saying that we should start a war with Westerners. I'm not saying we should start a war with other continent apart from Africa. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I've never said that before, and I will never say that. But I'm saying it's the time to value ourselves. You cannot want someone to value you if you don't value yourself. You have a value already. As an African, you have a value. You're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're smart, and black is excellence. This is black excellence, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have everything that it takes. You have everything that it takes. The same God who created, yesterday I said, the same God who created white man, he created also black man, he created also Asian man, he created also brown man, he created everybody. The same God. And God never make mistakes. We have to value ourselves even before about thinking like someone else, that, oh, this person is not valuing me, that person is not valuing me. Are you valuing yourself? So if you look yourself at the mirror, are you appreciating yourself? Or you look yourself at the mirror and you're like, oh, dang, man, I'm ugly. And you expect somebody else to come and tell you that, oh, you know, you're beautiful. No, it ain't gonna happen. We need to change the way we think about ourselves. If you are African and you value Africa, you value yourself, I'm telling you, you're not gonna run to white people to ask for help, but you will run to your neighbor because you value yourself. You trust in yourself. You trust in your brother and sister. What's going to happen is you're going to run to them to seek for help or to seek for something else right there. But if you don't value yourself, you're not going to trust your neighbor. You're going to be like, oh, they're just like me. No, I got to go somewhere else. Then you find the system that is very corrupted, system that is not believing even in Africa, but is just believing in something else. So I'm not here to create a war between Africa and other countries, or Africa and Westerners or Easterners. No, I'm not doing that. I'll never do that. But we have to love ourselves, because I think there's a problem in there. I think the reason why we always run somewhere else to find help, because we don't really trust in ourselves, because we don't really value in ourselves. And you trust someone else with your life, and man, how can you trust someone else with your life? No, nobody really cares for you more than you do. Nobody cares for Africa more than Africans, because it's our place there. You know what I'm saying? It's our home. If today we lose Africa, then we don't have any other place to go. Who is going to open the doors for you? No. Africa is our home. You have to keep your home safe. Imagine you have your home, you have your wife, you have your kids, and what you do, you go to other house to... You got to preserve your own house. And Africa is our house. Africa is home. It's more than house. It's home, because there's a difference between house and home. You know what I'm saying? You gotta preserve your own home. I think we need a cultural revolution, new way of thinking that is intrinsic to African. Exactly. I think we need to redefine culture. We need to redefine culture, because yes, you might be very proud of culture, where you are coming from, like country, particular, or your tribe. Those are good things to keep. Those are good things, because that's who you are, right? That's where you were born. Those are good things to remind ourselves, but we should never let them separate us. We should never let them create these boundaries and create this limit from me as this one tribe to another tribe. I wish we have tribeless Africa. Africa with no tribes. Yes, I mean, we have there, we cannot get rid of them, they'll always be there, but in our mindset, to know that, oh, this is not the most important thing. The most important thing is me to be connected with another, because human connection is very important. Connection is more important than anything else, I'm telling you. Connection. Because once you have connection, what's going to happen is it's going to create opportunity, it's going to create trust, and you'll be able to do something with that connection. But if I give you today money, you're gonna spend that money and it will end. But if I give you connection, you might use that for something good. And human connection is very important. Even this COVID-19, it actually brought us to a place where people, it's kind of hard to be connected, right? It creates fear among ourselves, and we don't want to be connected with one another, right? Social distance that is going on. We don't want to be connected with one another because we are scared of, COVID-19. And I'm not against that, but thank God for technology, because right now we're able to be connected through technology, right? Right here. You guys are watching from all over the world, and I'm right here talking to you guys, and you guys talking back to me. All this is connection. All this is connection. And now is the time to put it into action. Connection, put it into action. Guys, I shared the link in the comment section just in case if you want to drop in and share your opinion as well. What is your wish, your one wish for Africa? Mika, what are you studying? Man, I'm not in school. I already graduated like 2 years ago, and my major was economics. So I am economist. I have a degree of economy, bachelor degree of economics. Yeah. Yes, but I'll be going to school very soon, so I'm very excited for that, for my master's school. Yeah, and I'm very excited. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, connection, unity. Hey, yeah, I was talking about, I gotta remember this. I was talking about this one. We need cultural revolution. We need to understand that it's good to keep your culture, it's good to keep your beliefs, but don't let that stop you from connecting with another human being simply because, oh, this is how I believe, this is what we do. I cannot, yeah, I just want, that's why we need international marriage as well. We need that. We need that, man. We need that. That's one of the things also, it's helping to connect one side and another side, what I'm saying. So if you're in love with someone from another country in Africa, what I'm saying, go for it. Even if it's outside of Africa, go for it. What I'm saying. Like, we need that as well. That's gonna somehow, it's one of the ways actually to unify one side and another side. Our grandfathers, they did that. What I'm saying. Like, one kingdom, if they wanted to connect with another tribe or another kingdom, they always had, marriage between this one side and another side. So that also is helpful, just in case if you're single and you're thinking that, how can I help? Well, you can help by going and marry someone from another tribe. Some people, they're not ready for that. Some people are not ready for that, They're like, oh, I'm comfortable. It's fine. If you're comfortable with that, maybe you have another way to unite one side and another side. If you're coming right now, guys, let me know where you're watching from. And if you can't come on the live stream here, you can also share your opinion in the comment section. What is your one wish for Africa? I think it's very important to share that as well. Yes, Farah Muhammad. Yes, I am in South Korea. That's where I am right now. What is your one wish for Africa? For me, I would say before that it's unity. If I would choose one, my stand is love, peace, unity. Loving one another and spread peace wherever you are and keep that unity going on. Unity, because within unity, there's love and peace. You cannot be united if you don't love one another. You cannot be united if you don't like peace, if you're not a peacemaker. You can only be united if you have those two things. So all these two things, they're inside this one thing that called unity. And I think that's why God created us together, you know what I'm saying? Like, and right now we're here. For that reason. For that reason. If Mark Zuckerberg, he thought about connecting the whole world through Facebook, and right now people are connected throughout the world with all this social media, guys, why not be connected with your neighbor in the next house, or in the same country, or in the same continent? You guys, you have a lot of friends in your social media from other countries. You're connected with that. I'm finding friend. You have a friend in your country. Be connected with somebody right there next to you. You know what I'm saying? Social media sometimes is very mean, because it tends to ignore, like, it tends to create this little bit of distance, because we're pretty much focused on what is going on the screen right here, but then we don't really pay attention to what is going on between one side and another side. For me, I have hope 100% that all the misunderstanding, all the civil wars, all the division that are going on, we are breaking them down, and it's gonna be broken because the enemy wants us to be divided. There's a lot of things he achieved because of that, but God wants us to be united. That's what he wants. I am mix of Amhara and Harali. I am married to an Oromo, so I am in favor. Oh, yes. Sadek, come on, man. No wonder why you think that way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man, Sadek, you cannot really come to this live stream because my thought is that I'm not married yet. If I was married, I would share my experience, but I'm not. But I think there's a way, let's say before you're married, definitely maybe you might have had some stereotype about this particular group. Like same thing to me before I came here. I had a stereotype about Korea, about Asian countries. Just like a lot of people in Africa, they do have, or a lot of people here in Korea, they have about Africa. Why? Because of ignorance. They're not aware of it, or we're not aware of it. But when I came here and experienced and living, a lot of things changed in my mind because I'm part of this place. So the same thing if I'm married to another tribe, basically before that maybe I might have some fear, I might have some concern. That's why even parents sometimes they might be like, no, 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 please don't go to marry that tribe. Please don't go to marry that tribe. We know those people are they have a lot of witchcraft. Those people they have a lot of pride. Those people, you know, there's all this stereotype you hear coming to you, but after you get into marriage, let's say you're having your life, then you begin to realize that we have a lot of things in common than what divide us all the time. I think it's the time to experience instead of just believing and holding on to what you hear. It's important to listen to people, but when it comes to act upon it, then I think experience is very important. It's very important. It's very important. That's how you unite two different. That's one of the ways. I would say one of the ways you can unite. This group of people and that group of people. That's one of the ways. I don't know why. Okay, YouTube was actually hiding a comment. It's the Arawero. It's a talk about African men marrying non-African women. They always want. I don't know. I don't know what you mean, but for me, I don't really have an issue, a problem. If you're an African and you want to marry someone else from another, I don't have an issue because I don't believe in racism. I don't believe in division. I believe in unity. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. The one thing that I want is unity. Unity in Africa, unity in the world, unity everywhere I go. That's one thing that I want because I think like the world, it would be a better place if we live in unity with one another. And of course, this is something it's almost impossible to achieve if you're not including God because man, trust me, some stuff is it just doesn't make sense in human perspective. Uniting people who have been hating one another for a long time ago, and you cannot unite them over 1 year or 2 years. It's gonna be impossible to happen. Peace is not happening that way. Definitely, you need something stronger than our mindset, something stronger than yourself, something bigger than what is going on, and that is God, man. I believe in God. I'm gonna always talk about that. That's why I always say pray for unity, pray for love, pray for peace, because God is love, man. God is love, and He wants us to be peacemakers, not peace breakers. You gotta be peacemaker, and when we include Him in the process, I'm telling you, our determination, we can include Him in the process, but if we don't make choice, then nothing will happen. We need to have our determination. We have our choice that we want to be united, want to be one, and then we include God. I'm telling you, it's possible. Nothing is too difficult to God. Nothing is too difficult to God. Nothing is impossible under the sun. United with non-African. Okay, Arawero is saying united with non-African is no. Let me know. I mean, let us know why is no. I appreciate your, your insights, and this is the conversation. So if you believe that, no, I think unite with non-Africa is no, no, no. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Why is no, 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 no? Because that's where unity starts. I'm not just saying about if yesterday this is what I shared. I said unity begins from within you, yourself, yourself. You need to be united with yourself, and then it goes to your family, you and your brother or your sister, your mom, your dad, your whatever, and then your village, in your country, in your continent, in the world. That's where it starts. That's where everything it begins. If you don't, if you're thinking that, oh, I think it's not, it's because my wish is that if Africa we are united, the world will see that we are united, and they will respect that. But I think a lot of time we allow world to disrespect us because we are hating on one another. We are killing one another. That's why people are coming and they're trying to solve our own issues, because somebody's staying is living in the state and then seeing like some people are killing each other in their own country, killing your neighbor. That's why we lose respect sometimes. Okay, people are killing each other everywhere, but I gotta say, man, it's just a way too much when you come in Africa. Too much. It's too much. And you want somebody to respect you while you are killing with one another? No, it's not gonna respect you. It's gonna want to do something. So it begins with that. But I'm not saying that unity it should just happen within Africa. It should happen everywhere. Wherever you are, your mindset it should be that one, love, peace, unity, love, peace, unity. That's how it's supposed to be. Because if I'm African, imagine if I'm African and I'm living outside of Africa and I don't believe in love and peace because here is not Africa, and I have a bunch of Koreans, so I kind of feel like, oh, you know what, I don't want a peace with these guys. That's what they will get. That's what they will understand. They will think all Africans, they think this way. All African, this is what they believe. But it's not true. It's not truth. Okay, but let me read your insight. It says, because even if we want, others don't really want. Non-African looks down on us. Look, the past history, slavery, colonialism. Yes, I partially agree with you. And I really appreciate for your insight. I partially agree with you that there are people who think that way, and there are people who don't think that way as well. We cannot disregard. We cannot disregard that there are people who look down on Africa, and there are people who actually they don't look down on Africa. We cannot disregard that. And I know the proportion, it might be big, might be small, it might be right there, but there are people who don't. We have, I'm telling you, like for example, there's a lot of people. I don't want to mention them, but there's a lot of people who wants to come and live in Africa. A lot of people who want to come and move to Africa. A lot of people outside who want to come and to marry an African. Why? Because they love African culture. They love African. They just love everything about Africa. There are people like that are crazy about Africa and they're not African. So we cannot disregard them. We cannot disregard them. And some of them, they're subscribers here in Swahili Nation. They're not even African. But they have a pure love for Africa. We cannot disregard them. So it comes to the case that, okay, if you're marrying someone who is not African, it's up to you to find out who is this person. Is it someone who is looking down? And of course, you're not going to marry somebody who look down on Africa and on your race. Otherwise, you'll be crazy. So you're right. You're right that there are people who are looking down on us, but there are people who don't. They genuinely have love for Africa, and some of them we're living with them in Africa. And mind you, that in Africa we don't just have black people in Africa; we have all races in Africa. It's the first continent that have a diversity, like a majority of diversity. It's Africa. We have white people, we have brown people, we have Asian people, we have African, like black Africans. In Africa, we have all kind of race, so we cannot disregard that. We cannot disregard that. We have all kind of race, and they're all Africans. As long as you're in that map, Africa, I don't care what you say, but you're African. As long as you're in that Africa map, because some people they're like, oh, we're not African. We are kind of like Middle East. Oh, we are kind of like we are all. No, there's only one continent is Africa. As long as you're inside that continent, you are an African. Am I being too aggressive, guys? Okay, but it's true. I've seen in my own eyes and experienced the problem faced by mixed couple, especially white and black children. Yes, as I said, I agree with you. I've seen that cases a lot of times, and I've seen divorces going on, but also I've seen cases that things are working out. I don't know about Arawelo and Kuru if everything that you have seen is something, it's a bad case, but I've seen bad cases and I've seen good cases, and some of them are my friends right here, and they're having an amazing life. So I've seen all those cases, you know what I'm saying? And someone is coming here. Adam, I will allow you just in a second. Please hang in there. Because there's an identity crisis, cultural crisis, clashes. Yes, Adam, I will allow you very soon. Let me just reply this. When I was in university, I took one course about interracial marriage. I took that course because I was very interested. And I started like for the whole semester that I did presentation, that I did a lot of research. So I know what kind of problem they're facing when you are coming in that interracial couple. Some of them is that actually, just going there, you already know that, hey, I am coming from this background. She's coming from that background. You already know that there's a difference in two different sides. Like there's a difference. You need to be ready to let go of your belief and your ideas that if you're going into that relationship thinking that I want to change this person to African, it's never going to happen and you're going to be in trouble. And if that person comes to a relationship thinking that I'm going to change this guy to a white man or to Asian, it's never going to work and you guys are going to end up in divorce. When you are entering into something like that, you need to be ready to let go of your ideas and almost your believing that, okay, me, I am African, this person is from another continent or another race. What happens is we are joining a new form of relationship that is not going to be 100% pure African or 100% pure something, but it will be something there in the middle. So there's a lot of compromising when you come to something like that. And so if you have babies, I've seen those examples. If you have babies, those babies, they're gonna need to learn your language. They're gonna need to learn another language from another side. They're gonna need to learn culture from this side. They're gonna need to learn another culture from this side. But both of you, you need to find a common ground, a place where you're gonna understand one another, a place where you're gonna set a right, like it's like a step up stone for something to be like to work between two of you. And this is not just happening in an interracial couple, it happens even in Africa within one tribe and another tribe. Like if you're from this tribe and you're going to marry someone from this tribe, it always happens because two of you, first of all, you're coming from two different families, two different backgrounds, you were raised differently, so definitely you're going to have culture shock because you have different experience, totally different experience. But you come with that awareness, you can work things out. That the same thing happens even in interracial couples as well. Yeah. If you believe all races are equal in the eyes of God, no problem with interracial marriage. Definitely. Drop the mic. Sadeke just dropped the mic right there. I am from Ethiopian and Black Africa. Yes, let's have. Oh, okay. I promise before I read this comment. Adam, you left already. I'm sorry. Mika, we must develop new African mentality driven from our past and understand what being human is. God create. Exactly, man. I agree with you 1,000%. 1,000%, man. Some people, they think that their countries or religion or their tribes, it's more important than God. That's where you screw up everything. God is everything, man. God is right there. You cannot compare with anything. If you think about that, you put God number one there. You know, the next thing is, what do you want me to do? You created me. You designed me for a specific purpose. What do you want me to do? Does God want you to kill your neighbor? Does God want you to hate on your neighbor? Does God want you to be divided? He doesn't. And I mean, we African, most of Africans, I mean, in Africa, we believe in God. I don't know. I mean, if you're not from Africa, then you might have a different case. But in Africa, we do believe in God. We do believe in God. And it's just as simple as that. I live outside of Africa, but I face Russia every day. Well, where are you living? I face that every day as well. We have something in common every single day. Every single day, man. Oh, yeah, every single day. You have no idea, brother. 9 years? When I came here, I didn't even see, like, you could count, like, black people in the whole country. But right now, there's a lot of black people. Man, I face that every single day. Every single day. I wish I can share with you my experience. But racism is everywhere, man. To be honest, it's everywhere. I know in other countries it's more than other countries, but in my country, this is the dark side. I witness in some of African countries we are even, people who are albino. We are being racist towards albino simply because they look different from us. In Africa, and these people are Africans. Africans. Not only that, one tribe and another tribe in the same country. Like, oh, my tribe is better than yours. That's the problem we're having right now in Africa. It's the same spirit. It's the same spirit, man. That spirit is everywhere because devil is working. Devil, he is working day and night. So is God. And that's why we have to say no to the devil. Racism, man, I experience this every single day, every single day. When I step in the subway, when I step in the car, when I step in the bus, every single day. But I'm not gonna sit there and think that everybody is racist. No, not everyone is racist. There's so many good sides at the same time. So always try to look on the bright side. Oh, that's actually my song. Bright side. The problem faced by mixed marriage is way larger than the same race marriage. Yes, Kuru, you're right. You're right. There's a lot of issues are going on. But I'm only saying this because I don't wanna us to have that kind of mindset. I think it's very dangerous to have that mindset. I think it's very stereotypical to think that way because that's how if that's how you're gonna teach your kids, then it's never gonna change. Your kids will believe that, oh, this is bad. You can never have interracial marriage. And you know what? We're gonna continue to have that for the rest of our lives. That's why we're here where we are right now. It's very dangerous to think that way. You can think that there's a side of problem. There's also there's a good side of that. There's a lot of things are working out, brother. There's a lot of relationships are working out. There's a lot of marriage are working out, and they're not like that. For instance, I'll just give you an example. The ambassador that I interviewed, I don't know if you guys have listened to the interview I did with the Zambian ambassador. That Zambian ambassador, his wife, she's half German, like she's half white. And they got married a long time ago, it's like over 20 years ago. And they have babies and they have an amazing life. So there's a living proof examples, the living proof of this issue what we are talking right now. Yeah, and another thing, you cannot help falling in love, man. So if somebody fall in love with someone, you cannot really help. You gotta make things work, and you can work things out. That's how we change narratives. We change mindset. We cannot. Uh, it's very important to believe that you are not better than anybody else. I am not better than anybody else. You shouldn't think that way. I know Africa, we have been oppressed, we have been attacked, we have been colonized, we have been looking down on, but we cannot think the way other people think. Because maybe those people, they think that they're better than us. That's why they did what they did to us, or they're doing what they're doing to us. But you cannot think that way, because you do believe that we are all created equally by God. We cannot think like, if somebody's messed up, somebody think less of you. You don't have to think less of them. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to think less of them. You don't have look down on them because they look down on you. You don't have to, because that is rage, that is anger, and it's not gonna go anywhere. That's when you're gonna protect your family and be like, you know what? Don't go that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'll tell you something. When I was living in Tanzania, and I know my mama, I love my mama so much, but honestly, she didn't want me to leave and to go away, because she's my mom. She wanted me to be there with her. She wanted me to study in Tanzania. She wanted to know that my son is safe. She's going miles, million miles away from Tanzania, and I'm not gonna know what's going on, what he's eating, where he's sleeping. I'm not gonna know. It's scary. So my mom, as a mom who gave birth to me, she said, "No, Mika, I don't want you to go." On the other side, my daddy said, "My son, I support you for anything you decide." And for me, I knew that. I knew in my heart that my goal, I want to go to study abroad. I said, "Mom, I'm really sorry. I know you love me and I know you want me to stay here, but I'm going to go away. And I'll be safe, because I'm not just going alone. I'm going with God. I will be safe. Trust me." I came here, and right now it has been 9 years. My mom, she has peace of mind more than ever before. So all those worries she had, all those concerns she had, maybe stereotype thoughts she had, right now she don't think the same thing. Because I came, I witnessed, and when I went back, I told them. I always share with them. So now she thinks different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but if I listened to that and didn't come, I would never have this exposure. I will never get to know what I know right now. That's what I'm saying. You cannot just sit outside and believing that, you know what, there's a lot of problem in marriage. I'm telling you, there's a problem in every marriage, whether it's interracial or non-interracial. There's divorce everywhere right now. Whether it's one race or two different races, everywhere. Problems, they're everywhere. Marriage issues is not about just interracial. It's because of two people. When you are two people and living together under the same roof, you're definitely going to crash. It's like having two cups in the same basket. They're gonna crash. If cups they crash one another, what about two people? If you're living with your brother or your sister with you, it's marriage issues. We cannot just think about is interracial issues. No, it's not just that. There's a lot of things in marriage. Everybody fights in marriage. That's life. That's marriage life. Guys, I'm not married again. I talk as if I wish I can have somebody who is married to share the experience and thoughts about this as well. All right. I live in Northern Europe my whole life. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Yes, man. I don't doubt. I don't doubt what you're talking about. I believe you 100%, man. I don't doubt at all. I don't doubt at all. When would you include Asali? Man, I already talk about that. Caleb, you asked me the first day. I already talk about that. I say right now we're not working together. Asali, she's not here. We are not working together, so you're not gonna see us together. And when she comes back here, I'll be leaving as well. So we are not working together right now. All right. If someone is looking down on you based on race or other criteria, then you don't deserve to marry that person. If there's a genuine love and respect, no problem. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say, man. And you will know it. You will know it. You will know it, man. You will know, because I don't know. I don't know if for me, if you ask me, Mika, who do you want to marry? I don't know. I have no idea. Why? I have no idea, because my mind is open, and you don't choose who to fall in love with. I might meet somebody that I will love so much because there's just a genuine connection right there between me and that person, and I might end up marrying that person. Yeah. So I don't have my fixed thoughts that I want to marry this person, I want to marry that person, but my mind is open. You know, that God, bring it on. I'm open to whatever that you bring, because the good wife comes from the Lord. And I don't know who is that person, but God knows who is that person. So I'm waiting. Not the people who are married, but the family and society they live in. That's a good point. That's a very good point that you say. Kuru iti, that's a very good point. I see the same thing here in where I'm living. The kids are going through a lot in school, racism in school because they look different, and they're going through troubles like confused. They don't really know, am I this color, am I that? Like they're at the middle, so they're really like, I have people who are very close to me who are actually like kids who they are half Africans and half Korean. They're going through that struggle here. They are very close to me. We talk about these things. So I do understand what you're saying. They're going through that. It's a phase of life. It's what they're going through. It's society is really messed up. You know, it's being racist towards them. But it's this world is never gonna be perfect 100%. If you wanna prevent that from happening, and you think the only way to prevent is not marrying another race, go for it. I cannot stop you from doing that. I cannot stop you from doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So no, no, true. They moved there and they discriminate Africans in African soil. We're facing that a lot. When you married a person, you marry the family. I feel like we should have this a long conversation another day to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Because right now this is where we're going to, and I think this is very important. You know, one thing that I can say, I don't look forward to change how you guys think about particular issue, because you obviously have experience, you have seen things, you have seen good things, you have seen bad things. But one thing that I would love, like to be safe for you, for me, and for everybody else, is not to have, how can I say, not to like, what is your intention about this particular thing, what you're talking about? What is your intention? Like, what is your general intention from the heart? Is it coming out of anger? Is it coming out of hate? Is it coming out of mistrust? Is it coming out of revenge? If it comes out from that, then it's not a good thing to endorse. But if it's something that you genuinely believe, there's no way to change that. I love you in African people. African is wonderful country, and yes, Africa is wonderful indeed. Mika, marriage does not happen in vacuum. There is such thing called society and culture. It is the adjustment that is causing the problem. So let me ask you this question. You marry somebody, right, from another race, and then what you're talking about right now, is it happening in the country that you are in right now? Let's say you are in UK, or is it happening in Africa right now? Because we have a lot of mixed kids in Africa as well. What are they going through? What are they going through in the day to day life? What are they going through? And that's why we are trying to change narratives. That's why it's the time for us to start changing narratives. And one thing is that when you see, if you don't, when you don't see interracial couple, if you don't see anything, the moment you see it, of course, you'll be looking at, oh, it's something new, right? Like the time when I came here, you barely see interracial couple in Korea, right? And so when you see it, like you hear people talk about it. Like even myself, I went through that, because before I used to date, right? So I went through that. You will hear people talk, you hear like old people like even cursing at you, like cursing at the lady that you're dating. That, oh, come on, why? Like all these stereotypical things. But right now where we are, you can barely see those. You can barely see. You can barely hear that, because it has been very obvious. Like there's been a lot of interracial couple where I'm living right now, even some of them being broadcasted on the national television day to day, because the government understood that, oh, these people are actually facing a lot of issues. And actually, shout out to Korean government, man. It's even supporting those kind of relationship. If it's marriage, they even support, like giving money to support interracial relationship here in Korea. And broadcasting system like national television, they are trying also their best to actually broadcast all this like family family relationships on the national television for people to see and for people to learn. So you can clearly see something is changing in their mindset. So if it's something that is going through in the society, there's a lot of adjustment that needs to be made. A lot of things. And I've seen that effort being made here in Korea. For 9 years, I've seen something changing. Like I said, and I believe 10 years later, a lot of things will change as well, because it's where we're heading. We're heading, if we want a multicultural society, then we cannot stop thinking about this. This is something that we need to think in our mind as well, and to leave a space for it, because yeah. Anyways, God knows it all. I have friends who are biracial. They aren't accepted by non-African. They always go to African side. Why? African are more accepting. Um, I can't agree with you more, man. I can't agree with you more. The way that Africans were raised and our culture is more welcoming, is more accepting, is more hospital. Like we are very, like we have that culture. It's something that is in our blood, and that's why we cannot think like this, because it's something that in our blood. And I believe, and let me tell you this something. We can change the world. It's possible. The beautiful culture that we have in Africa. I mean, I wish I mean, I'll show you a little bit about myself. When I came here like 9 years ago, I told you that you could barely see black people on the street, and people, they didn't know anything. That's when I started. That's when the idea of me starting what I'm doing right now started. Like Swahili Nation has been under construction for more than 80 years right now. 8 years right now. 8 years. More than 8 years it has been in the construction. Like 8 years. And I've taught classes, Swahili classes in the embassy. I went to middle school, I went to high school, I went to elementary school, I went even to kindergarten to teach about African culture. I went everywhere. And now I went to the national television, not once, not twice. Some of you might have seen my performance that I've done in the national television. There's one show here called My Neighbor Charles. It's very popular outside, even outside of Korea. I went to that show as well. I did episode 2019 January is the episode number 170. I did that and talk about this stuff. So and through me, there's a lot of people. If you go, you watch that, because that episode is available. Let me share with you right now here on the comment. You guys, you can watch it. My Neighbor Charles 170. Let me share this. The reason why I'm sharing this, because I want you to go and to see the comments. You don't have to watch all of it, but go and watch it. You know, Koreans, they always make it unavailable to Korea, but then it's available. I mean, on YouTube, it's available worldwide. Let me share with you. Just give me a second. Let me share this with you. I want you to go and to read the comments, to see the comments, how many people are watching from all over the world and what their opinion about it. Just seeing my life on the TV, seeing what I do day to day, it changed people's perspective. It changed how people, they think about Africa. It changed. Why I'm saying this, because I know that we can change that. I don't know where you're living right now in the country, but you can change there wherever you are. And however that you can do, that can change. It's not going to take one day. It's going to take 1,000 years. Yes. It's just like our granddaddies, how they fought for freedom of our countries and our continent. It wasn't easy to fight for it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really easy to fight for it. But today we are celebrating freedom because our grandfathers, they fought for it. The same thing that is happening right now, interracial, right? All those people who are going through some difficulties, they're fighting for it so that our grandkids and our granddaughters, they may enjoy the fruit of it. You know what I'm saying? Where is that? Trying to find. Okay, I have someone here. Well, I have actually two people here on the live stream. Let me start with my brother here. Hello. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello.
Hey, hello, Mika. What up?
Yes, yes. Who is this?
This is Kuru.
Kuru. Hey, Kuru, man. Welcome, welcome. You
What's
finally
up,
show
bro?
up.
Yeah.
Welcome,
What's
my
up, bro?
brother. Yeah, man. All is well, all is well. How is it going on there?
Yeah, but the sound is breaking. You're breaking up.
I'm breaking up. Oh, can you hear me now?
I think so. I think so.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you very clear, and it's very clear right now.
All right. Cool. So
Mm.
you said you mentioned different things about marriage and stuff, right?
Yes.
Uh, So my question is like, I mean, if you see the probability of inter biracial marriage succeeding is unlikely, is highly
Yeah.
unlikely, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's my view on this inter interracial marriage, right?
Yeah. And why you
But most
why you
important,
please
I'm sorry.
keep oh keep going, keep going.
All right. So, I mean, for the question that you asked about what do you wish for Africa, right? So,
Mm.
my wish is like each person has to do what he can do, like for example, empowering his community, he's
Mm.
empowering the society that he's living in. I mean, that's what's more important. Then,
Mm.
for example, you mentioned you want to start a coffee shop, right? So
Yes,
what kind
yes,
of
yes.
coffee shop are you planning to start? That's one part of empowering the society, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe it all starts with one person, right?
Mm.
So
Mm.
if each person can do his share, and if
Yes.
each person can contribute what he can, I mean
Yeah.
that would create like society empowerment and all that. That's what
Mm.
I
Mm.
believe. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
But most importantly, like everybody should take his own responsibility.
Yes.
Like, what can I do? Like you mentioned this already, right? And you said like,
Yeah.
what can I do for my country? Like, for what can
Yes.
I do for my society? So all starts with you.
Mm.
So it's
Mm.
like, what can I contribute? So
Yes.
I mean, that that's the baseline.
That's amazing. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's beautiful, brother. You know, I do understand. I'm not married, so it's kind of like hard sometimes to talk about it. But um, I'm saying this because right now there's a lot of interracial couple out there, and
mhm,
some of them they're going through issues, they're going through trouble. Some of them they're just doing fine, right? And
mhm,
um yeah, I know, like there's always it's kind of hard for me to talk about it because I'm not in marriage. That's why I put this comment right here in the in the screen, because I really, like, because I had people who actually sat me down as well here to talk to me about it, but also like in both sides, people who they
mhm,
are actually in marriage, and people who are not in marriage with what we are talking about right now. But me personally, my
mhm,
belief, I know that it's something that can definitely work, because it's not something that I'm just it's not something that I'm being forced, or you're being forced to go into that relationship, but it's something that is happening natural, just a pure connection between two people. And at the end of the day, you know that, what, this is the only thing that I want in my life, and the other side is the same thing. but of course you have
Mm,
you have responsibility to take care of your family and the society. So it comes with the question that where do I want to raise my family? Do I want to raise my family where
mhm.
my kids are gonna go through all this like
Trouble.
traumatic experience, or am I gonna raise my family where they're gonna actually be accepted and enjoy? So my personal
Mhm,
preference is I would definitely raise my family back home in Tanzania, even though I don't know like who I'm going to marry. But that's what I'm thinking because I know my society and I know my
mhm.
environment. So if I'm gonna meet somebody who don't wanna go and live in Tanzania, then it's not gonna happen because I wanna go back home. I wanna go back to Africa and I have all these plans that I wanna do back home in Africa. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think
but
I
like
think
when
at
we,
the end you point out something very important, like knowing yourself and knowing like what am I gonna do for myself and what do I
mhm,
want. Knowing that I think is the
mhm.
very first step to achieve your goal.
Yeah, true, true.
Mm,
But most
mm,
importantly, like, what's the reason for marriage? For the reason for marriage is, I mean, who created marriage? Marriage is
mm,
created by God. And why did God create marriage? God
mm,
created marriage to
mm,
sustain the society. I mean, to bring forth society, right? So that's the
mm,
whole purpose of marriage.
mm,
So, it's kind of complicated, but
mm.
but from what I saw, from my own experience, having interracial marriage is not really
Yeah,
something to be sought for, you know. So,
mm, mm.
that's my opinion. I
That's
mean,
your opinion. I
people can,
understand.
you can
Yeah,
be open minded. I mean, you should be open minded. I mean, you don't have to
exactly. Yeah,
discriminate other people.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
Exactly.
concerning like
Mm,
African and Pan Africanism stuff like that, because I've seen last time you just mentioned something, so I just give some comments about it.
yeah,
So when you talk about Pan Africanism, it's like, it's been here. I mean, the idea has been here, but
yeah.
what happened? That's the question. All right, it's like,
Mm,
what happened?
mm. What
So
happened?
is there? Yeah, like, what is the result?
Mm,
What happened? Is there? Because of sorry, because of African Union, right?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
what actually did contribute for the betterment of Africa? That's my question. That's the question that I always ask myself.
Uh,
Is it?
uh, uh, uh. Oh, you're asking
Anyways, I
me
will.
the now.
Yeah,
So can you ask it again? I'm not getting your question yet.
yeah. My question is, African Union has been here for a while, right?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
the African Union, it's here in Addis.
Yeah,
Has been how many members does it have? Like all the African
yeah,
countries, right?
pretty
So
much.
yeah, what does it contributed for the growth of Africa, for bringing
Uh,
Africa together, right?
man,
For unifying African.
yeah.
So
Uh, uh,
that's the question that I ask, huh?
that's really a good question and a very difficult question. I think we
I
need
know,
to
I
find
know.
some. I,
Mi-
I think we need to
Mika,
find
I don't.
someone from African Union and ask them this.
Mika, I know that we don't have the answers. Not you, not me. Like, we don't have the
Yeah.
answers, but man, that's the question we need to ask ourselves,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. We need. Yeah, man. It's very. I'm asking myself the same thing sometimes. I asked the same question to the ambassador when I was having interview, and I think I'll have the same question to another ambassador that I'll have interview this August. It's very because it has been there for a long time. It has been there since I think it's 1960
Six,
something. If I
60,
61,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, something like
Something like that.
1961. But then when it came actually, like a lot of issues have been happening, a lot of divisions have been happening. So a lot of people asking what is the function of AU, why things are not really happening as they were designed intended to happen. Yeah, it's a good question. It's a good
Hmm.
question.
Maybe
Yeah,
that
it's a
should
tough
be your
question.
next forum agenda.
Yes, yes, definitely. Oh, definitely, man. I think yeah, we would definitely put Yeah, we need to have a more discussion about that, in the coming one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure.
yeah,
Anyways,
uh,
I mean, keep on with the good stuff that you're doing. I mean, it's
yeah,
commendable,
mm,
right?
yeah,
So I mean, you should keep on doing this kind of stuff, right?
yes, yes, yes. I will.
Yeah,
I really appreciate.
yeah, yeah. Me too, man.
Mm, mm, mm. You wanted to say something else?
No, 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 no. I mean, that's it. That's it. I mean, that's just what I want. What I wanted to say.
Yeah, cool. I appreciate, man, you taking your time and sharing your opinion, man. Your opinion matters, man. Everyone's opinion
All right,
matters, and it's just
all
amazing
right.
to hear.
Peace,
All right, peace.
peace, brother. All right.
All right. Oh, someone was here online and just left right now. Hopefully, will come back again. I put this comment here. Mika, I'm your older sister. Arawelo sister. Wow. Respect to you. And been married 11 years with 5 kids. And I wouldn't advise African mix with non-African because it's not about your partner. It's about the family, the society, your future kids. Appreciate for your opinion. I really appreciate. I really do. I really do. Man, extend my greetings to 5 kids. I'm a big fan of babies and kids. That's, yeah. I really appreciate for being very, honest and vulnerable. A nationalism less than black nationalism won't get us any better. Such a platform has a significant role. Mm-hmm. 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 Country level nationalism has to save like the building blocks for the greater nationalism from Ethiopia. Okay. Mika, you're younger and free spirit, which beautiful, but the world is ugly. That's true. You can stick with your Tanzanian or other African woman, it will save you a lot of headache. Wow, man. Wow. I appreciate Arawello. I appreciate. I'm having the best day of my life today. Each individual represents his or her society. When you get into a transracial marriage, you are representing your society in front of other countries. To be proud, one shouldn't be a poor at least. Wow, this is it's very good topic right here, and man, I'm loving doing this, man. I'm loving doing this. I'm loving Swahili Nation community, guys. As I said, man, this forum is we're gonna keep doing this forum, and tomorrow we'll be coming back here again to do this. Hopefully, well, what's the day of tomorrow? I lost the track of my. It's because here right now it's 4 a.m. Actually, it's 4 a.m. So it's already another day. It's Thursday. For you, I think it will be Thursday, but for me it will be Friday. Right now, for you guys, it's it might for some of you it might be Wednesday. For me, it's already 4 a.m. Anyways, but I'm gonna keep doing this. We're gonna come back to do another forum, Swahili Nation forum. I appreciate Arawelo. That means a lot. Everything that you said. I appreciate Kuru. I appreciate Sadeke. I appreciate everybody who came here. Kaleb. Um, and maybe I didn't mention your name, but I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Always I see when you pick Shama Boy song reaction. Oh, shout out to that as well. So I appreciate you guys for stopping by here today. We'll be coming back tomorrow for Swahili Nation Forum again to talk about Africa, to talk about everything, man, everything. And you guys will have opportunity to actually come on the live stream here if you want to participate in the live stream and share your opinion. Oh, that door is always open. Appreciate you sharing your opinion today. And also, lastly, guys, if you can use super chat, it will mean a lot to Swahili Nation because I still need your support. So when you're here, you want to use super chat to support, you can use that. If you want to join and become a member of this family, or the link and description, the link, they are in the descriptions of all the videos. You can join and become a member and support our Swahili Nation every month somehow from $2.99 all the way to whatever you can. And there's a benefit for that support as well. I still need your support, guys. I need your support. Anyways, guys, I really appreciate for stopping by. And until next time, don't forget to love one another and spread peace wherever you are. I gotta go to try to take a shower right now and to sleep. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless you all. And I hope you're all gonna have a wonderful day, night, morning, and afternoon.